I want to commend you and the Secretary for the real choices that you're putting before this committee and the Congress. The easiest thing to do here, it's been done for 2 decades or longer, is to say there can be operating efficiencies and overhead savings, and we can spend less if we do that. In the 20 years since that's been said, the budget has probably tripled, not just doubled. So there really have to be some real decisions, and I think you've raised a very interesting one with the EFV recommendation. I know that the EFV had a Nunn-McCurdy breach in 2007, and as our expert staff tells us, a Nunn-McCurdy breach is triggered under the law when a program exceeds its budgeted schedule by 25% or more. Do you happen to recall the magnitude of the Nunn-McCurdy breach for the EFV? How far over budget was it?
Unless General Dunford can provide it, I have to provide it for the record.
Congressman, I can talk to the unit cost. The unit cost was $5 million in 1995. At that time, we had planned to buy 1,013 vehicles. The program now is 573 vehicles, and it's $17 million for unit cost. So as you can see, it's significantly more. I think the Nunn-McCurdy threshold is about 25%, so we exceeded the Nunn-McCurdy threshold for unit cost.
So let me get this straight. When the Congress made a decision to procure these vessels in 1995, we were anticipating they'd cost $5 million a copy, and that's ballooned to $17 million?
That's correct.
So it's more than tripled in cost. In layperson's language, why is that? Why did it more than triple in cost?
One critical factor is that at the time in 1995, we plan on buying 1,013 vehicles. The current program is 573 vehicles, so that accounts for some of the unit cost. Quite frankly, Congressman, I can't tell you why why it exceeded cost in other areas. I do know that the unit cost was impacted by the total number of vehicles that we're in to buy. And other factors, really, I think probably General Dynamics can be better able to explain that than me.
My understanding is that we've not yet passed milestone B on this program, that we were approaching it but not yet passed it?
Congressman, we're just about to be at knowledge point 2 in February.
Mm-hmm. And what planning has taken place in the Department with respect to an alternative if, in fact, we don't procure these vessels that have been presently planned? How would we get Marines from the ship to the shore?
Congressman, as I mentioned earlier, first, we are committed to continuing to be able to do that and provide assured access for the nation. So we're committed to getting a vehicle that moves from ship to shore. We believe that the knowledge that we have learned in the EFV program, combined with some new acquisition processes, will allow us to get a vehicle that will allow us to meet the operational requirement at significantly less cost.
Is there going to be a gap between when we get to that point and now? Is there any operating deficiency that the Marines would be subjected to?
We can currently meet our requirements. The use of the assault amphibious vehicle, which is a legacy program, absolutely has an effect on our tactics, techniques, and procedures. So we mitigate the risk of a legacy program by our employment concepts. What we will do now is take a look at a service life extension program for the assault amphibious vehicle to address some of the lethality shortfalls, some of the mobility shortfalls, and then we also at the same time will take a look at what the expeditionary fighting vehicle really represents is a small part of our overall ground tactical vehicle plan, and about 2/3 of what we need to come from ship to shore in armored vehicles. So we'll take a look also now at addressing what we call the Marine Personnel Carrier, which is the balance of our amphibious capability.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.